It is Abacha ball, I got book fall. Abacha ball, I got book fall. Listen attentively to what is already going on. The zoo is confused. They went to Hey, already genka. So what did the zoo went to do? Of course, I told you that the top generals are already in the zoo and they're already preparing for the deportation of Simon Eba, which is actually funny sometimes. But one thing we must not tolerate at this time is the gateway of what has already happened. So, Fajere Kafamara a way, to get Simon Eba out of Finland, and you now realize that even the Biafran referendum has been signed. They now realize that this referendum has been signed, though. If I get men down now, what are we going to do to these people? Again, I say it and I will say it the way it is. Oja Dolo Nanya. Because whether you like it or not, everybody is about to see one of the biggest, well-calculated mission that even the British failed. Everything, when I mean everything, got to that very point where everyone was looking and saying, Kedife Wadifa. How did they get here? How did this happen? Because at the end of the day, everything was coming out and people are now realizing the biggest effect. How did we get here? We must tell ourselves the truth. Because it is only the truth that can set us free. What really matters now is that a message has been spread. And each and every one of them who try to play a manipulative game can now see with their own eyes that agachakwa fagemechakwa hatakwa ifaineku. We have been bamboozled for too long. And for this too long, they would try to make it look as if these people do not know what they are doing, have now seen with their own eyes. That they will be the one at fault. I can tell you, because when you put a factory about Simon Ever, they want to bring back Simon Ever, this one. Now I wonder cake and that say me Abu covers again. But this message has already got into the hands of those who are responsible for this. Because at the end of the day, it is those who stood their ground to make sure that freedom is given in any way, in any format, should be listened to. And that's why they are getting the story long. We must stay very focused and finish what we have already started. Because whether they like it or not, this is not the point for looking at anybody's face. This is a point of saying to ourselves, we made it. Let me make it clear, because this is the time to clear the ground. Makandi na ogologo akụkọ chena inweta Biafra ogologo akụkọ. For days and for years now, ever since Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand why we should leave Nigeria and fight for Biafra. why we should leave Egypt and fight for Israel. Balance these two words. When the Israelites were in the Egypt, they were progressing. Many of them were millionaires, don't you know? Don't you know that many of them were equally prognosers? Yes, you don't know. Many Israelites were giving that, just like the way some Igbos are selling themselves today to the zoo. And they never wanted to go. They were the ones always complaining each time Moses tried to move forward, because they're used to that kind of life till God destroy them. I want to make you guys understand something. Ever since Ohamadike said, it is time to continue where our forefathers stopped, where Ojukwu started this thing. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. Many people were not comfortable with it. They were like, Okabaya, 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 Okabaya. For what reason? Until the truth became more visible. Ojukwu never had time to teach the Igbos. There were no radios, there were no internet. In fact, nothing. So the cause of the war was fully blamed on Ojukwu. For 50 years after the war, many Igbos blindly blamed Ojukwu, saying that he started the war without preparing, he started the war without weapon and all that. Till when Nnamdi Kanu came and educated these ignorant people, because sometimes when you are ignorant, you'll be supporting the wrong party. That was when many Igbos turned back and said, "Oh, more." So this is what happened. And this man did it without a bullet. Nigeria was scared of him. They were so scared of him. So scared, the politicians were having sleepless nights. He was exposing all of them. A man that refused to take bribe. A man that refused to stop at nothing. If he finally comes out of this prison, he's been there for 4 years now, and they keep bringing him to court and keep delaying the process. But let me tell you something. Even the British know that one day Biafra will have their freedom. So they want to take as much as they can